Thanks, Karine. So the jobs numbers are coming out on Friday. So should Americans be prepared for job losses to tame inflation?
So I don't want to get ahead of what we're going to see in a couple of days. We have talked about how we're coming off a historic economic growth. And it's no surprise that the economy is slowing down. You've heard me say this. You've heard Brian Deese say this. You've heard others from NEC say this. Slowing down as we're going into a transition, right? Again, from a historic economy to now a more stable and steady growth, and that is important. We see that as an important next step. And we've talked about how as we see the job growth numbers, we're expecting that to cool off just a bit as we're going into that transition, making sure we do not lose the gains that we have seen this past year. And right now, we're still seeing a strong labor market, which matters. Consumer spending is strong, which matters. And so we're going to always look at every economic data. That's going to be very important as we move forward and continue to try and deliver lower costs in particular, which is so important at this time for the American people. But I'm not going to get ahead of the numbers. But we have talked about how we're expecting to see a bit of a cooling as we go into a transition to more stable growth.
In that transition, then, you're expecting job losses. But
I'm just not going. We've talked about how we anticipate a cooling, right, for the job numbers to not be at the high job growth that we have seen these past several months. That is something that we have talked about many times. Anytime you all ask me about what we expect for jobs numbers, we always talk about we expect a cooling, especially as we're in a transition for a stable and steady growth, and that is something that is important as we're looking at the resiliency of our economy.
I don't have to say anything. I'm a doctor too.